All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to more 428 Shibuya Scramble. My name is Raven from the Sky. Now let's continue. I beg your pardon, a woman interrupted. But Mr. Oarai does have a schedule to keep. And who are you, miss? Sukozawa. I'm the producer. Well, listen, Sue. I'm in the middle of an interview here. Please, don't interrupt. What? That's how you conduct an interview? That's right. This is how I roll. Look, whatever. Oarai growled. Let's just do this already. Fine by me. The two men sat down at opposite sides of a table in the lobby. But Sukozaka spoke up again. Mr. Oarai, don't forget the meeting you have after this. Yeah, handle that, would you? Minoru let out a derisive snort. It's like you're holding court, he said. Do people actually hang around you with that kind of attitude? You have no right to judge my acting troupe. Minoru straightened up in his chair, a mocking smile on his lips. Oh, so it's your acting troupe, huh? He said. Why not just play all the roles yourself? Heck, you could even be your own audience. Minoru is a trip, man. How dare you? Oarai rose to his feet and made to leave, but Sukozawa hurried him back down to his chair. Minoru continued as if he hadn't heard. Just what is it that you do anyway, he asked. Oarai raised an incredulous eyebrow. Don't know? No, why should I? You came to an interview without knowing anything about who you were interviewing? Yep. That's it. Get out. Oarai roared and pointed angrily towards the exit. How dare an unmannered clod like you come here and waste my time? Hey, who's being unmannered now? I came all the way out here to hear your story, didn't I? Why don't you get out? Minoru pointed at the exit as well. Why the heck should I have to leave? Oarai demanded. This is my house. Theater jargon for the theater itself, especially the main auditorium. Look, just get out. This time, both yelled and pointed toward the the exit in unison. I said deck. Sukizawa quickly interposed herself between them, forcing a smile. Gentlemen, please, calm down, she said. Then she turned to Minoru. You should be aware that Mr. Oarai used to be a broadcast writer. Someone who writes for television or radio programs. A great show depends on not only the actors' performances, but on the skills of the broadcast writer. He's responsible for a lot of big hits. You don't need to mention that, Oarai grumbled. Nonetheless, Sukozawa rattled off the names of several shows. Minoru did indeed recognize many of them. He murmured, so how come you're running a failing theater now? Failing? Oarai went red in the face. I'm not wrong, am I? You are absolutely the rudest person I have ever met. What would a rank amateur like yourself know about the theater? Orai's face was dark with rage. But Minoru didn't back down. Listen, this has nothing to do with how well your theater is or isn't doing. The television world wouldn't accept you. So in order to retain your pride as an entertainer, you started doing theater. Isn't that so? Don't act like you know anything. I've staked my entire life on the theater. It seems as if Oarai might throw a punch at any moment. Sure, a city theater might seem small time compared to TV, but you get a lot more of a response from it. Response? Oh, now that sounds interesting. Darn right, Oarai exclaimed. You can see it from up on stage. The audience. You can see their faces. There was a passion in Orai's voice now. You can really feel it. Then the audience is enjoying themselves. You can feel that energy. You can't get that from doing television. Thinking back on it now, my time spent working on TV, let's see, what's a good analogy? Like being handed a towel that's already damp. No, that's not right. Okay, so better analogy would be, and without further preamble, Oarai began talking about his tribulations back in his broadcast writer days. Minoru smiled inwardly. The interview ended promptly after 15 minutes. The time had been promised. Both men emerged from it as if from a daze. Minoru found himself staring Oarai in the face, shaking him by the hand. So, what kind of story did I just get? He asked, speaking half to himself. You heard about one man and his life. Have to admit, it was a good interview. Thanks, you have my gratitude. With a satisfied smile, Minoru closed his notebook. Right, glad to hear that then. Oarai inclined his head, looking a bit bewildered. A flustered Sukuzawa interrupted. Mr. Minoru, wasn't this interview for a piece about the performance? Huh? Minoru blinked. It's just that you were only asking about Mr. Oarai and not about the performance itself, Sukuzawa said. Oh, I see what you mean. Actually, I came here for a piece I'm going to be writing called Where Are They Now? Watch the broadcast writer showcase. I washed up. I knew it. Oarai was red in the face all over again. You bastard! How dare you? Forget everything I just told you. I do not give you my permission to use it in your magazine. You're too late. What? I've already heard your whole story. You should be grateful that I'll be writing a piece on it. You bastard! With a wild look in his eyes, Oarai snatched up a hammer the stage crew had left nearby. Wait, go ahead, hit me. Ouch. Let's see. I feel like he'd do it too. Or maybe he won't. Wait. Oh, I'll hit you, all right? Oarai waved the hammer ominously. But the attack came to a sudden halt as a ringtone startled him out of his fury. Hold on a moment, Minoru said brightly. I have to take this. He whipped out his cell phone. Hello, Minoru speaking. This is Osawa. Wow. He called back a lot sooner than Minoru had expected. Have your daughters come home then? No. Actually, there's a favor I'd like to ask. A favor? Minoru thought back to his visit to the Osawa residence. The drawn curtains, the stricken look on Osawa's face, Minoru instincts had sensed something significant going on. Apparently, getting the full story wasn't going to come without some cost. Favor, huh? Is it something urgent? I'll pay whatever I have to. I just need you to look into something as quickly as possible. His voice had the telltale desperation of a man who'd been backed into a corner. All right, Minoru said. I can help you out for a little while. Osawa hurriedly explained what he was after. The quest was a strange one. wanted Minoru to look into a scandalous article that 4-star general gossip had run about him in the past. What makes this so important? Do I have to say? I mean, you're asking me to look into something without explaining anything. He eyed Oarai, lurking nearby with obvious irritation. Minoru would need to calm down the erstwhile broadcast writer, or else his interview really would be for naught. He decided to bluff both men at the same time. Let me just say one thing, he said into the phone. He made sure he spoke loud and clear that Oarai would hear overhear. I want to tell the world this story. No, I need to tell it. If I don't feel that way about something, no amount of money in the world will get me to write an article on it. That's my pride as a writer at work. Minoru could see Orai's aura of rage fading as he listened. The theater man looked surprised. Phew. Meanwhile, Osawa had decided to open up a bit. All right, he said. I can't share all the details, but okay. He's in a talkative mood now. Good job, Minoru. See, this is going fine. The power balance of the entire world might be at stake here, Osawa continued, and I mean that quite literally. I can tell you more after you're done investigating. Wait, was he serious? How could the world's balance of power hinge on looking into some alleged marital affair? It was so absurd that Minoru had to fight the urge to burst out laughing. A person would need to be out of his mind to believe a story like that. But Minoru wasn't the average person, and sometimes the truth was so ridiculous it really was stranger than fiction. Osawa wasn't lying. Minoru's instincts told him that much. Alright, he said, I'll check the editing department's notes from back then. Minoru felt his excitement building. Things were really getting interesting for the moment. He nearly forgot Toyama and his troubles. When he ended the call, Oarai approached him and extended his hand. Listen, your methods might be a little extreme, but I can tell you take pride in your work. Of course I do. I'm sorry for getting so worked up. I bet you write a fine article about me, so please, Mr. Minoru. Once I'm done with it, you won't just be some washed up nobody anymore, Mr. Or I. It's Oarai. Minoru grinned. Minoru rushed out of the theater. He completed all the interviews that could get done before 4 o'clock. Now he had an hour left to write it all up, to convince the folks from the loan company that the gossip would stay afloat. Rah! He let out a roar, psyching himself up for the final push. To be continued. Okay, so alright, so I gotta fix these bad endings. Aichi had run in with some Yakuza, beaten up. Actually, the girl Aichi was following wasn't Hitomi. In order for Aichi to avoid this disastrous fate, that girl needs to run off in a different direction. Aichi followed her, but by the time he reached the top, she was out of sight. Right. This was the restaurant floor. Hurley began to look around as he wanted. He bumped into a man talking on his cell phone. Okay, this is when Osawa called him. See, it falls into place when you play other people's storylines, their perspective. That's why he was yelling. Ah, sorry, my bad. Aichi held up a hand in apology, but the man was too engrossed in his conversation to notice. Yeah, he was talking to Osawa. No, you're not getting it. Yep. The lock was undone, too. The man startled Aichi by suddenly shouting to his phone. You need to consider the risk of it getting out. Oh, wait, no. He's talking to somebody else now, but I think he was talking to Osawa because I think Maria stumbles upon him on the phone, too. Probably was talking to Osawa then. The minivan. Took a quick look around, but there was no sign of Hitomi. I've already read this. I'm kind of like skimming through. The huge glass panes looked out into Dogenzaka. Had a decent view of the roads, but he didn't spot. I ran off in a different direction. Don't tell me I have to play through her don't tell me I have to play through her story again. Because once you get, that means you're going the right way. Once you get to be continued. Took off. Hey, let go. What gives? Quickly yanked her hand away. Personality, that's a twin sister. So what way do we go there? We couldn't leave her alone. If you see a girl around here, super cute, yo, what? Bad ending. She'd have to go in a different direction, but where? This is after, I think. Blue shirt, a man. Well, for this is Tama. What a coincidence. Now your sheet again. Try to walk on. Like I don't notice him, but. Hey, where'd your boyfriend go? Boyfriend? I have no clue what he's talking about. Anyway, perfect timing. Nothing you're saying is making any sense. I peer at him in confusion once again. Nagashita looks like he might start to cry. Don't tease me like this. I did give it to you, right? No, you didn't give me anything. I get it. You wanted that 100,000 yen all to yourself. So now you're playing dumb, is that it? No, I honestly have no idea what this is all about. By now, he's all worked up and getting red in the face. Look, you might have amnesia, but excuses ain't gonna fly with me. Amnesia has nothing to do with it. He doesn't seem to want to believe me, no matter what I say. Come on, hurry up and just give it back. Otherwise, I'm gonna start bawling here real loud. He's gonna cry? Seriously? This guy's a real piece of work. Well, what's it gonna be? Gonna make a grown man cry? It would certainly be pretty embarrassing if he started sobbing. I can't exactly give him back a magazine I never had. Oh, the elevator door is open. Well, if it isn't our little entrepreneur, we've been looking for you. It's the two thugs from before. There's no avoiding them this time. Yikes! The men drag Mr. Nagashita into the elevator. Save me, Tama! He grabs hold of my hand. Hey, let go of me! Great, now I'm in the elevator too, and the doors are shutting. Now then, Mr. Nagashita, says the bald-headed man, there's nowhere else to run. but also pretty foreboding. Whoa, 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 wait, just hold on. I can get you the money. I'm just about to get loads of it. Enough of your poppycock, snarls the younger guy. Poppycock. Balderdash, claptrap, straight up nonsense. Taken from the Dutch pappycock, meaning soft dung. I really mean it this time. Please, you have to believe me. Aha. I can pay you 100,000 right now. 100,000? You really carrying around that much? Says the bald man. No, not me, the girl. The men turn an eye to unison. She's holding on to something that's worth 100,000 yen. What? The sudden turn in conversation has me all flustered. Tama, please, Nagashita says. Just hand it over. I already told you, I don't know what you're talking about. The elevator stops at the first floor and the doors open. Oh! Standing on the other side of the doors is the guy I ran to earlier, Hannah's father. The bald-headed man snarls. Toyama! Ha ha! I'll just get the next one. Hannah's father bolts like a startled hare. The bald man and his cronies stare after him. Now's my chance, Nagashita hits. Darts out of the elevator and makes a run for it. Hey, after him, shouts the bald man. After who? Him or him? Just start with Toyama. Two thugs raced after Hannah's father. They've left me all by myself. I'm worried enough to think about going after them, but before too long I've lost sight of them all. For a long time, I stand there, dumbfounded, like a hurricane victim lingering in the aftermath. Ugh. What a day this has been. When I finally get my wits about me, I realize I'm pretty hungry. That's right, I didn't get to eat lunch. I head for the 4th floor, where the restaurants are. Since I really don't want to run into Nagashita and those other guys again, I decide to take the escalator. So riding it up, I hear a commotion coming from the floor below. It's a man's voice shouting angrily, "Out of my way, come on!" I paid the outburst no heed and let the escalator take me up. When I arrive at the 4th floor restaurant section, the sign for a Chinese buffet catches my eye. Style of dining where guests serve themselves freely from an array of prepared foods, taking as much of each as they want. Many hotels and restaurants tend to hold buffets at lunchtime or for brunch. Sometimes, however, this just winds up being a kind of cruel trap, with crowded lines making it to take forever for you to even get near the food. You know, that's true. That's true. Oh well, guess the name doesn't really matter. I'm in a mood to straight up devour some Chinese food. When I go to enter though, I'm stopped by one of the employees. Oh, I'm so sorry, miss. I'm afraid we're not accepting any more customers. I mean, we're not really open just now. Sounds like a loopy wood of our own voice. Why not? Well, you see, one of our other customers ate all the... I've already read this. We just had a... Okay, that should get rid of that bad ending on Aichi's behalf, darn it. Okay, then we run into... Wait a minute. Since I've already done this... See, I just changed the integral part, which is gonna alleviate that bad ending. But after that, she left. She went to the second floor. He lost track of her somewhere near the elevator. What is her deal? Unsure of what else he should do, he headed back down their rendezvous point on the second floor. When he arrived, he spotted Hitomi heading down the escalator ahead of him. Hitomi! Aichi shouted, but his voice vanished into the noise of the crowd as she disappeared into the first floor. Damn it! Aichi rushed down the escalator. He took the steps, 2, 3, 5 at a time. He made it to the first floor and looked around. There was Hitomi about to take a different escalator back up. Oh my god! Twin magic! Why is she doing this? He waved his arms to get her attention, but she didn't notice and hit it right back up. Down, up. What the heck is she thinking? Aichi sped around and got on the upper escalator. Out of my way, come on! He shoved people aside as he ran up the moving stairs. But he saw no sign of Hitomi when he reached the second floor. He lost track of her completely. Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. Aichi's shoulders slumped. B2F. He felt exhausted but kept up his search, scouring one floor after another until eventually he made it down to the second basement level. Has she grown too impatient waiting for Kanan and gone off searching for the blue minivan again? I think I can handle myself from here. He thought back to what Hitomi had said earlier. Darn it! She's not gonna be okay by herself. He pounded his fist up the wall in frustration. Please, stop! That was Hitomi's voice. Hitomi? Aichi moved faster than he could think. Aichi, she called back. A pair of thugs had grabbed her by both arms. Aichi stomped his way towards them. Get your hands off her, he shouted. Huh? What's it to you, pal? The older of the two middle-aged fellow turned to Aichi with a sneer. He looked familiar somehow. Hitomi shook herself free of the men and ran over to Aichi. It's no use trying to act tough, buddy. We're just trying to get back what we're owed. Don't make us have to get rough with you. What you're owed? Hitomi, do you owe people money? No, I don't. They just came after me and started going on about 2 million yen. She looked just as baffled by the situation as Aichi was. If you're gonna blame someone, blame your boss, the older man said. He gestured to his lackey. A feral gleam flashed in the young punk's eyes. It was the look of a man who couldn't resist dishing out a beatdown. He brought up his fist and shifted his feet, shadowboxing a few quick jabs with his left hand. He looked to Aichi. The guy was an experienced boxer. Hold on, Hitomi said. What do you mean, my boss? Say what? Nagashita, who the hell you think? The young punk shuffled closer, fist still menacing. Then his expression changed. Hey. Hold on, are you Aichi Endo? Yeah, that's right. Ha ha! Well, ain't that lucky, getting to throw down with you like this. Punk sounded pleased indeed. I've heard all sorts of rumors about you, you know. Let's see how true they are. Aichi didn't like his chances in a straight-up fight with a trained boxer. What should he do? He better run for it? He had to apologize. He had to go for broke. Huh. He better run for it, but what about Hitomi? Right? Or will he just do the same thing, grab her hand and run out the back? He had to apologize. That's not going to do any good, so it's either A or C. I'm going to see what happens if I choose C. He had to go for broke. His best chances was to hope for an opening to deliver a low kick. A kick using the front foot or shin to strike the opponent in the thigh, just above the knee. In karate, this is known as the Gidan Mawashari Giri. Since the legs are longer than the arms, this is an effective technique against boxers. He needed to time it perfectly when his opponent took a step forward. The loud breath, the thug shot out his left arm. Now! Aichi shifted his stance and unleashed a low kick. Suddenly, the elevator doors opened right nearby. Aichi and the punk both stopped in mid-attack. A miserable-looking older man stood in the elevator. At the sight of him, the punk's face went red with rage. You, Toyama. Going up. The man in the elevator hurriedly closed the doors. The two thugs rushed toward them, but the elevator had already begun heading back up. Come on, after him, the older man shouted. The young punk raced up the stairs. You stay right where you are, the older fellow added, glaring at Hitomi. Then he followed after his lackey. Does he really think we're dumb enough to just wait here? Aichi scoffed. I've been looking all over for you. And Tommy gave him an angry swat on the chest. For me? What are you talking about? You weren't waiting where you said you'd be. Yeah, because you went up to another floor. What do you mean? I went right where you said. On the second floor. Huh? This wasn't quite adding up. The second floor? What are you talking about? You went up to the third floor. No, I didn't. Wait, what? None of this makes any sense. I actually felt like his brain was getting scrambled. Well, anyway, at least I found you safe and sound. Yeah, the two smiled at one another. What's with those clothes? It told me his new outfit was completely different from the clothes she had on earlier. I tried on a few things, but wound up deciding on this. You tried on other stuff on? Ah, okay, that explains it, Aichi said. At least now things sort of made sense. That's nice, you know. What is? Your clothes, I mean. They look good on you. Thank you. Heh, wow, I'm actually blushing now. It kind of made me blush to say it. Aichi and Hitomi shyly avoid each other's eyes. Oh, so hey, Aichi said, eager to change the subject. Do you still have that magazine? Oh, right, yeah. I was gonna just throw it away, but I couldn't. How come? I haven't been able to find the right kind of receptacle. Newspapers and magazines are supposed to be kept separate from normal trash, right? They told me to scan their surroundings for a suitable bin. Wait, are you serious? Yeah. Thinking about proper recycling now of all times? Is that weird? Oh, I'm in trouble. I think he might just be perfect. Aichi found himself blushing even harder now. Tama! A sudden yell snapped him out of his embarrassment. The sketchy-looking fellow who'd given her the magazine was scampering down the stairs toward him. Great, Aichi said. The weirdo's back. The man ignored him, and leaned in closer to Hitomi. Aha! You do still have it. He snatched the magazine from Hitomi's hand. Yes! This one hasn't been scratched off yet. The man hunkered down on the floor and began scratching away at the scratch card, stapled into the center. Wait! Don't let him have that. Another man came swooping out of nowhere and yanked the magazine away. It was the older fellow who had appeared in the elevator minutes before. You can't do that. That's mine. Sketchy-looking man clutched at the older newcomer. Let go. No way. I said let go. And I said no way. The two were fighting right in front of the exit, keeping Aichi and Hitomi from leaving. How you like this? The older man shouted, scratching away haphazardly at the ticket. Now it's just a worthless scrap of paper. Ah, my 100,000 yen! You mean my 100,000 yen? Ah ha ha! Then the middle-aged fellow looked back down at the ticket. Gah! What are the odds? Somehow in this random scratch and he'd happen to land himself a winner. Oh my god. Give it, no way. The two men took off, engaged in a running battle for the ticket. What was the deal with those two? I'm not sure. Aichi and Hitomi could only stand there dumbfounded. On the other hand, hey, look at the time. It's almost 3. The two headed hurriedly for the Gigo back entrance. But just as they were nearing the doors, the shutters dropped down in front of them. Whoa, what gives? To maintenance, all entrances other than the main entrance on the first floor have been closed. We apologize for the inconvenience. Customers wishing to leave, please use the main entrance on the first floor. Aichi glared at the loudspeaker. It looked like there was no exit through the back after all. I've got a really bad preposition about this. You mean premonition? Hitomi had gotten quicker to butt in with her corrections. Holding on to their premonitions, and the two hurried their way up the stairwell. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop it here for today. Thanks for watching. My name is Raven from the Sky. If you enjoyed the episode, drop a like and subscribe to the channel and series grow. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.